We all recognize that ambient air pollution poses significant health risks. In fact, the World Health Organization reports that a staggering 99% of the global population breathes air that exceeds safe limits. This external environmental challenge is widely acknowledged, but what about the air inside your home, the very space you consider a sanctuary? What about the air your children or grandchildren breathe in their schools, places we assume are safe and protected? This is precisely what we need to focus on today because the threats lurking indoors are often unseen and underestimated. When most people think of air pollution, images of industrial smokestacks, dense car exhaust, or distant wildfires come to mind. And these are certainly valid concerns, especially in regions like California. However, the often overlooked reality is that your own home could be a significant source of invisible, persistent environmental stressors. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, provides critical warnings that indoor pollutants may contribute to immediate discomforts, such as irritation in the eyes, nose, and throat. They can also influence symptoms like headaches, dizziness, and fatigue. More concerning, however, is their potential link to long-term health concerns, including various respiratory conditions, cardiovascular issues, and an increased risk of certain cancers. So, what exactly are these pervasive, often unseen pollutants that can accumulate in our indoor environments? Many of these are what we refer to as forever chemicals or endocrine disruptors. They can originate from surprising everyday activities and objects within your home. One common source, often unconsidered, is cooking. The combustion process from gas stoves, for example, can release particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, and volatile organic compounds (VOCs) directly into your living space. Another significant contributor, often embraced for its comforting ambiance, is the use of candles, particularly scented varieties, alongside air fresheners and similar devices. While their pleasant fragrance might mask their presence, these products frequently release VOC like phthalates and formaldehyde. Phthalates, in particular, are known endocrine disruptors, meaning they may interfere with your body's hormonal systems, impacting not just respiratory health, but potentially a wide array of physiological functions. Beyond these, many household cleaning supplies, paints, and even the very furniture you relax on can off-gas these concerning compounds. Most modern upholstered furniture in the United States, for instance, is treated or soaked with flame-retardant chemicals. These chemicals are not static. They continually leach out of the fabric and into the air around you. Many of these fire retardants are also classified as forever chemicals, persisting in the environment and accumulating in our bodies, acting as endocrine disruptors. This means that simply sitting in your living room or having carpeted floors can expose you to a cocktail of pollutants that were far less prevalent, if present at all, just 50 years ago. What's often missed is the cumulative impact of these everyday exposures. And it's not just chemicals. Consider the biological contaminants that share our living spaces. We're talking about pet dander, microscopic dust mites, various mold spores, and even airborne bacteria and viruses. Dust mites, though rarely given much thought, are a major source of allergens for many individuals. These tiny arachnids thrive in mattresses, pillows, carpets, and upholstered furniture, feeding on dead skin cells. Their waste products and decaying bodies become airborne, acting as potent allergens that can trigger respiratory symptoms. They are so small that they are truly invisible to the naked eye, yet their impact can be significant. Mold, on the other hand, is generally recognized as an issue, primarily thriving in damp areas like bathrooms, kitchens, and basements. Its spores can easily become airborne and, when inhaled, may trigger allergic reactions or respiratory issues in sensitive individuals. In past discussions with environmental experts, the consensus suggests that the historical balance of our internal microbiome played a crucial role in defending against mold. Healthy bacteria and fungi often compete for resources, with many antibiotics even derived from fungi. However, if our personal microbiome is compromised, our natural defenses against inhaled mold spores and their potentially toxic byproducts, known as mycotoxins, may be weakened. Clinical experience through specialized mycotoxin testing suggests that a significant number of individuals exhibit sensitivity or exposure to mold within their homes, highlighting a critical defense mechanism that may no longer be as robust as it once was. This next point explains why many people are surprised by the sources of airborne pollutants. Let's consider pesticides and herbicides. While we aim to eliminate unwanted pests like cockroaches, ants, and spiders from our homes, the solutions we often employ, such as chemical insecticides, both indoors and outdoors, can become airborne. Professional pest control services, while effective at managing pests, often use chemicals that linger and may aerosolize, impacting indoor air quality. These pesticides are often formulated to disrupt biological systems, and they can unfortunately affect our own, particularly our nervous system. A recent study, for instance, highlighted a concerning association between living near golf courses and an increased incidence of Parkinson's disease. Golf courses are frequently treated with a wide array of pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. Consider your own neighborhood. Many people live remarkably close to such environments, even if not directly on the course. For example, in areas like Palm Springs, California, which boasts over 120 golf courses, I've observed many patients who reside in close proximity developing movement disorders, including Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. When their environmental toxin profiles are assessed, these pesticides often appear in elevated concentrations in their bloodstream. This underscores why, if you live in such an area, making your home a protected sanctuary from these airborne pollutants becomes even more critical for long-term neurological health. So, how can you effectively create such a sanctuary within your home? An air purifier often represents a powerful solution, but it's crucial to understand that not all air purifiers are created equal. The most effective devices incorporate what are known as HEPA filters. HEPA stands for high-efficiency particulate air filtration. Think of a HEPA filter as an incredibly superfine sieve, meticulously designed to capture 99.97% of airborne particles as tiny as 0.3 microns. This includes common irritants like dust, pollen, mold spores, and many types of bacteria. Within the HEPA filter category, there are different grades, with HEPA 13 and HEPA 14 being the most common in high-performance consumer products. A HEPA 13 filter captures about 99–95% of particles down to 0.3 microns. It's exceptionally efficient while still allowing for good airflow, making it a robust choice for everyday home use. A HEPA 14 filter achieves an even higher capture rate of 995% for particles down to 0.3 microns or even smaller in some cases. This ultra-tight weave is designed to trap the minutest, most harmful pollutants, including ultrafine particles like smoke and viruses, though it may create slightly more resistance to airflow. In practical terms, while HEPA 13 offers excellent protection, HEPA 14 provides an ultra-high precision level of filtration. Both are often considered medical grade and are significantly superior to the standard filters typically found in large retail stores. To address volatile organic compounds and odors, an activated carbon filter is also essential. This works through a process called adsorption, where chemical pollutants adhere to the porous carbon surface, neutralizing them from the airstream. Combining HEPA with activated carbon marks a substantial improvement in indoor air quality. Now, you might be asking, do these devices truly make a measurable difference in our health? The evidence suggests a resounding yes. Consider a study involving individuals with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, who used a HEPA and carbon filter system. They experienced a remarkable 25% increase in heart rate variability, HRV. Heart rate variability is a crucial indicator of autonomic nervous system balance and overall cardiovascular health. A higher HRV is generally associated with better long-term health outcomes and reflects a more resilient, adaptable heart. In COPD patients, the heart, particularly the right ventricle responsible for pumping blood to the lungs, often works harder. This study indicates that even simply introducing such an air purification system into their homes can significantly improve this vital metric, suggesting reduced cardiac strain and improved cardiovascular function. This is where the clinical relevance becomes clear. A high-quality air purifier should be viewed as a foundational component of a health-promoting lifestyle, much like choosing nutrient-dense foods or prioritizing consistent restorative sleep. For instance, during my pediatric heart surgery training in London in the mid-1980s, when coal was still a primary energy source and diesel taxis filled the streets, It was common to blow one's nose and see visible soot. We knew the air was bad because we could see it. Today, most of the indoor pollutants we encounter are entirely invisible. Even after wildfires dissipate, we understand that many areas, particularly those directly affected, may harbor persistent toxic compounds leaching from the ground and infrastructure. This invisible threat, whether from chemical off-gassing or particulate matter, is precisely why a reliable air purification device is so critical in our modern environment. So, what specifically should you look for when selecting an air purifier? First and foremost, ensure it has a true HEPA filter, not merely HEPA type or HEPA-like. Ideally, opt for a HEPA-like. Ideally, opt for a HEPA 13 or HEPA 14 for medical-grade protection against the smallest particles. Next, consider filters equipped with microbial technology. This advanced feature helps inhibit the growth of bacteria and mold directly on the filter itself, contributing to a cleaner, safer filter over time. An activated carbon filter for VOCs and other gaseous pollutants is also non-negotiable. Equally important is the Clean Air Delivery Rate, or CADR. This rating indicates how quickly the purifier can clean a room of a specific size. Always match the CADR to the square footage of the room where you intend to use it. Furthermore, consider the noise level. An effective air purifier should operate quietly enough to run continuously, ideally even in a bedroom, without disrupting your sleep or daily activities. Finally, always stick with reputable brands that provide transparent testing data and certifications. While any purifier is generally better than none, if cost is a barrier, it's worth checking with your state or local government. Some programs, surprisingly, offer free air purifiers. To maximize protection, strategic placement is key. If you can only afford one high-quality air filter, place it in the room where you spend the most significant amount of time. For most people, this is the bedroom, given the hours spent sleeping. If you're fortunate enough to have excellent outdoor air quality, consider opening windows at night, as my wife's mother insisted upon. It's a simple, effective practice, unless, of course, you live near a golf course or other significant outdoor pollution source. For those who spend considerable time in open-plan areas like kitchens, family rooms, or great rooms, these are secondary priority locations for a purifier. And critically, if you have children, prioritize their health. Their developing lungs are particularly vulnerable. Ensure they have an air purifier in their bedroom as well. It's important to remember that a single small bedroom air purifier won't suffice for a large, open-concept living space. Just as a window air conditioner isn't designed to cool an entire floor, an air purifier needs to be appropriately sized for the area it's meant to cover. What's often overlooked is that many of us only consider an air purifier when experiencing nuisance symptoms, things like itchy eyes, persistent sneezing, coughing, headaches, or unexplained fatigue. While these are certainly warning signs that your indoor air quality needs attention, the true insidious threat often stems from the invisible toxins and complex organic compounds that we cannot see or consciously perceive. This connects directly to a subject that demands far more discussion: leaky lung. Most people are familiar with the concept of leaky gut, where the single-cell thick lining of our intestines becomes compromised. As a heart and lung surgeon, I can tell you that the delicate lining of our lungs alveoli, the tiny air sacs where oxygen exchange occurs, is also only one cell thick. What happens at the surface of our breathing apparatus can mirror what occurs in the gut. These airborne pollutants can damage this fragile lung barrier, leading to a leaky lung phenomenon. This allows foreign particles, toxins, and even bacteria to pass into the bloodstream, potentially triggering systemic inflammation throughout the body. The alarming aspect is that you likely won't feel this internal damage happening, as it tends to accumulate silently over time. We are now witnessing a troubling rise in certain types of lung cancers, such as alveolar cell carcinoma, particularly in non-smokers and women. This specific cancer was practically non-existent 50 years ago. It's reasonable to suspect a strong association with the pervasive environmental pollutants we are now exposed to daily. This is why, even if you can't smell, see, or immediately sense a problem, we must acknowledge that our indoor environment has fundamentally changed. Therefore, embracing practices that create a healthier home environment is crucial, just as you prioritize nutritious food and other healthy choices for your family. Paying attention to the air you breathe is equally vital. Beyond air purification, this includes choosing non-toxic cleaning products, minimizing the use of gas stoves, and opening windows for ventilation when outdoor air quality permits. Understanding these profound implications of indoor air quality, I felt compelled to take action, knowing that families, including my own, might be breathing in invisible pollutants. I dedicated myself to creating what I believe is the ultimate protection against these toxic invaders. This led to the development of Total Air by Gundry MD, a first-of-its-kind medical-grade air purifier. Total Air offers two distinct medical-grade filtration options for comprehensive protection. The robust HEPA 13 filter is engineered to capture 99 found, 97% of particles as small as 0.3 microns, providing powerful and reliable defense against common airborne toxins. For those seeking the pinnacle of air purity, there's also the true H14 surgical-grade HEPA filter. This is the gold standard, often utilized in sterile operating room environments, capable of capturing an extraordinary 99.95% of particles as small as 0.1 microns. The significance of this level of filtration cannot be overstated. Those minuscule particles can easily bypass your body's natural defenses, leading to systemic issues. With Total Air, these ultrafine particles are effectively trapped. Another valuable aspect which may contribute to a noticeable difference in your overall well-being is the impact on your cardiovascular system. Studies suggest that effectively reducing fine particulate matter indoors can help support healthy blood pressure levels and promote improved circulation, allowing your body to recover more effectively from the invisible assaults of daily life. So, if you're looking to take a pivotal step in supporting your long-term health and the well-being of those you care about, addressing your indoor air quality should be a primary consideration. If you found this discussion insightful, please consider subscribing to my channel for more health-focused content. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments below. What age are you, and what health concern is most pressing for you right now? This content is educational only and not medical advice. For persistent concerns, consult a qualified professional.